The massive carrier USS Abraham Lincoln slides through the dark waters of the Arabian Sea. On its deck, F-35C stealth fighters are fueled and armed for a mission that could change the map of the Middle East forever. This isn't a routine exercise. This is the spearhead of a precision strike operation aimed at the heart of Iran's nuclear and military infrastructure. In the next few minutes, we will reveal the classified targets, the secret weapons being deployed, and why Iranian air defenses might be completely helpless against what's coming. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the regional balance of power is shifting right now. The target list: 0300 hours. Pentagon. Planners have identified 3 high-priority target sets within Iran that must be neutralized to prevent a wider conflict. First, the Natanz and Fordo nuclear enrichment facilities. These aren't just buildings. They are buried deep under mountains of reinforced concrete and rock. To reach them, the U.S. Air Force is deploying the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator. This 30,000-pound bunker buster is designed to tunnel through 200 feet of earth before detonating. Second, the IRGC's spiderweb network. This is the command and control system that links Iran's thousands of ballistic missiles and suicide drones. If the U.S. can sever the head of the spider, the legs the proxy groups in Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen become blind and disorganized. Third, the coastal defense batteries along the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has spent decades lining the shore with anti-ship missiles to threaten global oil supplies. Clearing these is essential for the USS Abraham Lincoln to operate safely. But how do you hit these targets without starting a full-scale world war? The stealth invasion. Before a single bomb falls, the electronic war begins. 2 weeks before the strike, U.S. Cyber Command initiated Operation Silent Echo. This wasn't about stealing data. It was about planting seeds inside Iranian radar software. When the F-35Cs take off from the Lincoln, they aren't just invisible because of their shape. They are invisible because the Iranian radar screens are being fed a looped image of a clear sky. While Iranian operators see nothing, a swarm of ADM-160 mauled miniature air-launched decoys is released. These small drones mimic the flight signature of heavy bombers, tricking Iran's S-300 and S-400 surface-to-air missile systems into firing at ghosts. As the Iranian batteries reveal their positions, by firing at decoys, the F-35s use their APG-81 radars to lock onto the heat signatures of the launchers. This is SEAD, suppression of enemy air defenses. In the first 15 minutes, Iran's multi-billion-dollar air defense umbrella is systematically dismantled without a single American pilot being seen. The kinetic reality. Once the eyes of Iran are put out, the heavy hitters move in. From bases in Diego Garcia, B-2 Spirit stealth bombers arrive over their targets. They carry the bunker busters destined for the deepest enrichment hulls. The impact of a GBU-57 is equivalent to a localized earthquake. It doesn't just destroy the centrifuges. It collapses the very tunnels they sit in, rendering the sites unusable for decades. Simultaneously, Tomahawk cruise missiles launched from the USS Porter and USS Higgins impact IRGC headquarters in Tehran and Isfahan. The precision is terrifying. A missile can be guided through a specific window to take out a server room while leaving the rest of the building standing. This isn't carpet bombing. It's surgery at Mach 0.8. The goal is to paralyze the Iranian leadership's ability to communicate with their forces. No orders, no coordination, no counterattack. The Iranian response. What can Tehran actually do? Iran's greatest strength is its asymmetry. They know they cannot win a conventional dogfight or a naval battle against a U.S. carrier group. Their plan relies on swarm intelligence. Thousands of small, fast attack boats armed with missiles and explosives are prepared to launch from hidden caves along the coast. But the USS Abraham Lincoln is protected by a ring of steel, the Aegis Combat System. This is a computerized shield that can track and engage over 100 targets simultaneously. For every boat Iran sends, an organic 20mm phalanx CIWS or an SM-2 missile is waiting. The math is brutal. Iran loses a boat every few seconds. The true threat, however, comes from the Kyber-Shekin ballistic missiles. These move at hypersonic speeds and are difficult to intercept. This is where the U.S. Navy's newest weapon comes in: the laser weapon system laws. For the first time in combat history, directed energy is being used to melt the sensors of incoming missiles at the speed of light. The cost of an Iranian missile, $1 million. The cost of the laser shot, $1. The economic war. Beyond the smoke and explosions, there is a deeper layer to this strike. By targeting Iran's oil loading terminals at Karg Island, the U.S. can effectively turn off the Iranian government's ATM. 90% of Iran's foreign currency comes from these docks. Without that money, the IRGC cannot pay its proxies in Syria or Lebanon. The strike on the military infrastructure is the punch. The strike on the oil infrastructure is the chokehold. This forces Tehran to the negotiating table not because they want to, but because they can no longer afford to fight. The geopolitical fallout. As the sun rises over the Persian Gulf, the smoke clears to reveal a new reality. The impenetrable fortress of Iran has been exposed as vulnerable to high-tech precision. This sends a message far beyond Tehran. It is a signal to Moscow and Beijing that American carrier strike groups remain the most dominant force on the planet. But the risks are massive. If a single American pilot is captured, or if a lucky Iranian hit damages the Lincoln, the political cost at home could be devastating. This is the high-stakes gamble of modern warfare. One mistake can turn a tactical victory into a strategic nightmare. The question remains, is a limited strike enough to stop a nuclear program, or does it simply delay the inevitable? The world is holding its breath as the first reports of the massive armada arrive. Do you think a limited military strike will prevent a larger war or ignite one? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We are monitoring the situation in the Persian Gulf 24/7. If you want the latest updates on troop movements and carrier positions, make sure you are subscribed to Daily Military Talks. The next 24 hours will be the most critical of the decade. Stay tuned, stay informed, and stay safe. The mission continues.